Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tyranny with me, Bring It On. First things first, let's use up some of these. And also, I updated some of Versus spells off camera. Swapped out Searing Palm for Mirror Image, as well as Timeless Form... Oh, just one, never mind. I put Timeless Form 3 on Polished Arms and on Spectral Blur, because you could afford it. And just added some more accents to the rest of her spells as well. Don't remember what all I changed, but I definitely changed stuff.
I got it.
Because she was a little overdue.
Can't do that.
You know what? It's gonna rest up, because my main character does have, I think, 2 wounds on him.
Moving cautiously.
We'll sneak up over here, see if there's anything hidden on the edge here. Don't see anything.
Right.
Lives have ended by our hands.
Alright. And engage.
While you still draw breath.
Interesting.
Never mind. Get rid of this trap first, then we'll engage. No need to rush it.
What have we here?
I am a shield wall unto my...
Alright, let's get out of stealth. No need for it now. And buff up. Oops. There we go. So many buffs. I probably don't need all of them, but
I cannot...
I have them, so I may as well use them.
Stalwart prevails!
Alright, Lantry, go ahead and drop a Surge of Glory on everybody else. I can get her back here, and we'll use Swooping Death right here. Alright, Sunder, Lantry,
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
back here, and Unravel Minds. On all 3 of them.
Bleed out, you shit.
Alright, and then Gravedigger followed by Skewer. Actually, you know what? Gravedigger followed by Fury's Embrace, and then Skewer. Alright, Thrust should be a kill. Then he can come up behind these 2 and use Cleave. And Lantry can use False Pit. Nice. Ring Blade. Ring Calling, passive +1 bronze ring on kill. That sounds nice. This bronze blade exhibits an unusual property. After dealing a killing blow, a single bronze ring tumbles to the ground under Ring Blade. Smiths have attempted and failed to replicate this strange art. They gave up over time, theorizing that there was no special property to reproduce. The sword simply paid its wielder for services rendered. That sounds really cool. It's two-handed too. I lose 6 armor penetration. So it has 0 armor penetration, but I do gain +10 accuracy. Oh, I really like the design of it too. Well, that's really cool. I wonder if I can just keep it equipped. Probably not. I probably have to kill somebody with it. I'm interested. I mean, I'm not hurting for money, so I don't think I have to. I'd rather have the armor penetration since I'm not running Polished Arms on my main character. But interesting.
Can't do that.
Akken's bronze sword sounds unique to me, but I
Sorry,
guess it's not.
I can't.
Sounds like somebody's name. Alright, come over here. We've got, looks like a pretty hefty battle ahead of us. So let's go and get our buffs out. Let's see, call to battle on Barrack. Apply the lash on Verse.
Will do.
Come to die at the hands of the hero of Vendrian's Well.
Alright, let's do it.
More tower.
Could stealth my way in. I'm not going to. Because stealth is a tool for cowards. Except for on the occasion that I do use it, in which case it's tactical.
Consider done.
Barrack is getting beat up pretty good over here. Let's go ahead and use that as well. Lance, you get up here and heal up Barrack a little bit for me.
I miss.
I was gonna put healing aura on him as well. Gifted the golem, and then he can taunt everybody after that. So they're nice and grouped up for me. Oh, she's stuck behind my character. That sucks. Might not be room for everybody here anyway. That's gonna be inconvenient. But good news is, I have all these sweet AoE spells I can use. Just gonna swap her to the bow. Alright, Barrack, striking iron should hit like a truck here since he's got a ton of people on him. Though we only have a 56% chance to hit. Let's actually use Stalwart Surge instead.
No can do.
Lantry, haste Barrack for me. And go ahead and use Shadow's Treachery, because why not? Lantry, you should be casting spells, not doing whatever you're doing. So, Unravel Minds on 4 of them. And False Pit, I guess on this guy.
I did that.
Alright, then Sunder this guy, followed by Thrust. I'll save Arrow Storm and Iron Storm for later. Don't think I need that yet.
I got it.
Back here and use Cleave. If I stand right here, I should be able to hit all 3 of them, I think. No, this guy's just out of range. That's okay. So now she can get into the thick of things.
I'm on it.
How'd I miss him? He's laying prone. That's a malarkey if I've ever seen it.
Fuck is wrong with my weapon?
Oh, she have polished arms up. Oh, she does. No, that's Surge of Glory. Never
Not a
mind.
problem, boss.
Well, she's still only hitting for 2. Not great. Well, that Thunder didn't care about how much armor he had.
Why can't I hit anything?
I'm hitting him for 90. It's not even a crit. I just hit him for 90. And Verse is only hitting him for a couple damage. Where's it at? Or did she not get her attack off there? Yeah, she's hitting for 5 damage. He probably had slashing armor. And not a lot of resistance against crushing. Which also helps.
Sorry, I can't.
Massive spikes of stone flare out from the ground where a storm of unimaginable power rip through the terrain. The weapons and armor of soldiers ripped from their bodies are now encased in the stone, as silent effigies of Kyros' wrath.
Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Alright.
Can't do that.
Alright, less of what you can't do, Lantry, more of what you can do. Make for the keep. The region is in retreat. To me, fall back, but defend the keep at all costs.
Sorry, I can't.
It's about time they showed up. I don't even see it. Oh, there it is. Such a hard time spotting the traps.
Will do.
I'm not going to buff up here, just gonna run into the fray. Well, we use our spell buffs, not our talent buffs. Also need to level up Barrick. Before I forget.
Shoot for the glory of Kyros!
I hit something. I don't see my icons above our head now. What'd I press?
Die!
I don't know.
No.
Alright, send him with this. Verse, you get back here as well. I forgot to turn those icons back on, because I use those.
I cannot. Right.
They're back.
Graven Ash.
Oh, maybe because we're in combat. Never mind.
That's how it's done.
Alright. Knock this guy down if you can. Fury's Embrace and Skewer.
You got it.
Lantry, I have to get the kill on this guy. I'm not that worried about it. Alright, Sunder. Why am I so slowed? Oh, weakened. It doesn't say that I'm slowed. Oh, here we go, hobbled.
I got it. Can't do that.
Plans Crashing Thunder. These plans describe the creation process for a two-handed hammer called Crashing Thunder. This item can be created with access to a Spire 4. Okay, we know that. Well, sweet.
Sorry, I can't.
I'm hoping that it's a, artifact. Because my main character doesn't have an artifact weapon yet. Use the rope to scale the wall. Climb.
Will do.
I mean, he has one available at the forge. We just haven't found that obsidian fragment that we need for it.
I got it. Can't do that.
Make sure there's nothing hidden in this little pile of rubble. Or over here for that matter. I think I already came over here, but better safe than sorry. Also need to level up Eric. Let's not forget. Alright, looks like he's done. I'm gonna try and get him neutral on wits. Actually, you know what? No, let's screw it. Put it into might. He needs to hit a little harder. And then here, I guess, Bond of Honor. Bond with an ally, sharing the damage that they receive. While the bond lasts, both Beric and his bondmate gain might and vitality. So take 50% shared damage from target for 60 seconds, plus 2 might and vitality on both. I guess I use it mostly for the buff. I didn't actually see what... Oh, the Steadfast Insignia.
Right.
Alright, let's see if we can't hunt down... Harridan. Trying to put an end to his stupidity, trying to stand against Kyros like this. It's probably a quick save. Is that him? No. Alright, he's gonna be inside that.
Will do.
Let me pause that real fast so I don't waste buff time. Beric, you're gonna use Bond of Honor, I guess, with my main character. My main character gets more bang for his buck with more might. How long does that last? I think it was 60 seconds, right? Yeah. We have so many buffs. The first buffs we apply are going to time out before we get the rest of our buffs applied.
Heads up.
Alright, everybody. Cast your spells. Which one of these lasts the longest? 53 seconds. 72 seconds and 72 seconds. So cast mirror image last.
We have
Consider it done.
That one rattled me hard.
Alright, so get back here and use Sweeping Death. And then I'm going to use Iron Storm.
Await my signal.
Stalwart, prevail!
Barrett, go and heal yourself after that. Lantry, Healing Aura. Verse, go after the Regent Skyblade that's isolated.
Unwell.
Good work.
That was not very impressive. I was expecting a lot more out of that ability. Maybe there's a set number of hits that come out. I thought it hit every enemy a certain amount of times, but it might be limited to just so many strikes in general. It doesn't say.
Think
Alright, let's go ahead and throw out a taunt, like so. Come back here and hit him with a cleave. Lantry, False Pit, right there seems good. Is that the first time I've seen volcanic weapon trigger? So I'm pretty sure that's what that was. I haven't been paying a ton of attention. So I don't know if that's the first time I've seen that or not.
That was beneath me.
I'll take care of it.
Is Beric even attacking? Yeah, he is. Okay.
As you command.
Get back here!
Alright, and that should be just about all she wrote. I better get another Sunder off before the end of the fight. Actually, Verse is probably going to kill him.
Weapon is entirely worthless.
Call before me!
Nope, I got him. Nice. Yeah, I do appreciate just how powerful your character feels in this game. So even though I didn't build straight DPS, I mean, I know statistically I did with my main attributes, but I built support for most of the game. I've still been hitting like an absolute truck this entire time. Like
Good thing I keep a torsion wrench handy.
Jewel of Fortune. A pin such as this would have decorated the lapel of lapel of a stalwart noble hoping for a beneficial marriage. Since gaudy jewelry was associated with the desperate, the wearers would naturally grow numb to rejection. It's 5% critical deflection and 5% hit precision. Who would that be best on? Oh, that's right. That's why I was getting wounds. I forgot this does that. So I do get a wound if I reach 75, 50, and 25% health. But the trade-off is definitely worth it. 25% damage. I could stack this with that. I don't think that's worth it, though. Might be worth it on Verse. She doesn't really need the +1 vitality. So let's give that to her. And we'll keep it like that.
Sorry, I can't.
Let's do the old quick save. I'm getting complacent. I hardly ever quick save in this game because I don't really struggle, so it doesn't matter. I need to be more cautious about it because anything could go wrong.
On it.
All right, that should work.
On it.
That's a pretty good start. I've been waiting a long time to finish what we started, Regent. You've sat with your cowardice and shame long enough, haven't you? He draws his weapon. If you beg me for death, I'll make it painless. Hear the disfavored go on about the honor and glory of war. They're just principled butchers like the rest of us. I don't deny that we take satisfaction from our work, but it's never anything beyond that. Work. If you want to see me on my knees, you have to prop up my corpse, for the delight of your inbred cohorts. But don't speak to me of cowardice and bravery. The disfavored needed Kyros' arcana to prevail in the end. I'm sure that an army of lice, bitten rats, could have succeeded with those odds on their side. You took a legion hostage, and didn't have the nerve to meet us on the field of battle. Coward. Demetrius advances a step. Our own ashes favor when I bring him your head, and no one in Stalwart will weep for your demise. Some of the Regent's demeanor shifts as he catches your eye. So, the Fatebinder joins the fray. You must not like your odds if you brought so much backup. Your timing is impeccable, Fatebinder. He gestures to Hiriden. Let's put down the sick dog together. I don't believe we've been introduced. Commander Demetrius at your service. Ash sent me to help you tidy up. What say we stack up the benches and lock the door on this campaign once and for all? He gives you an encouraging smile. Was the plan to end the edict, that you two palaver until I die of old age? Stratus tightens his grip on his weapon. You should have done the right thing and ended the edict yourself, Stratus. This is on you. I will not stand here and countenance another moment of your judgment. I have acted for the interests of Stalwart. If I die today, I die a patriot. The only patriots here are those of us who showed up to ram the disfavored standard up your creaky stern. Come on, let's end the edict together, old man. Demetrius and his soldiers advance. What soldiers? He's by himself.
Heads up, we have company.
Hopefully they're not saying I'm his soldiers. I don't serve Demetrius. I'm an independent entity with my own authority.
I will aid.
Alright, let's do it like this first. Haste up Barrack. Surge of Glory. Unravel Minds. Something like that. That looks good. Verse, go ahead and use your Fury's Rush. Barrack Taunt. Actually, you know what? Instead, let's do Arrow Storm. Then Sunder and thrust this Skyblade right here. Solid 100 damage. No big deal. Gonna take care of this real fast. I guess quickness. And then here, Moment of Peace. Significantly increase the health restored by second breath and protect revived characters from damage for a short time after they are revived. Then Lantry, go ahead and use Healing Aura on Barrack. Followed by False Pit on, I guess, this group here. Verse, go ahead and use Sweeping Death. And Barrack Taunt.
I'll tear your scalp out. Not a problem, boss.
Where is Herodus? Or Stratus? Got his name mixed up. All the way over there. I'm gonna have a main character come over here and wail on him.
Yes.
Gonna use a cleave right here. Alright, Verse, knock him down. Fury's Embrace, and Skewer. Ooh, hang in there, Lantry. Barrack. Swing at this guy. Makes I don't have a chance to hit that guy. 34% chance? That's no good. The main character's over here beating Harridan down.
As much as I do.
Good stuff, good stuff. Lantry, go after somebody else. Leave the big guy to me. Something like that will work. Doesn't say that I killed him. That's fine. Alright, Sweeping Death again. Because it's low cooldown and hits like a truck.
Time to change weapons.
What the fuck is wrong with my weapon?
Provide protection. action!
Crumble
Alright, Sunder.
before the storm caller.
Oh, I missed. That sucks. Alright, knock him down, skewer, and then Fury's Embrace should be up after all of that.
You got it.
Which should be a
This
kill.
weapon is entirely worth. Bless.
Unless she misses, of course.
This is embarrassing.
Skewer and Sweeping Death.
Shit.
Barrick. Swing at him, and
I will aid you.
let's cast a couple more spells, I guess.
Time to change weapons.
Alright, good fight. The Regent lies on the ground, bloodied and defeated. He extends his good arm and drops his weapon. I've only had the breath to spend defying you, but I fear the fight has left me. What a moment to witness. The last of Stalwart defenders shattering under the disfavored boot. Demetrius beams with pride, rears back to kick Harridan in the head, but stops himself. I'll give you the honors. Let's kill this wretch and put an end to this, the edict at last. One of Stratus' soldiers moves between you and Harridan, tearing off her helmet. I won't let you do this. Amelia, is that you? Demetrius' weapon nearly falls from his hand as he salutes. I hardly recognized you. Why are you fighting with the Regent's personal guard? A salute. Graven Ash protects. Shames you a withering look. Those are words I don't hear often anymore. If you come in my father's service, they prepare to be disappointed. I'm not the northern warlord I once was. She winces at the very thought. Sitting out the conflict made me see this conquest from a different perspective. She looks to you with a plea in her eyes. We were wrong. Kyros led us from the right path centuries ago. We marched south to finish the Overlord's work, but... She squeezes her eyes shut. Don't you see that the tears are the last chance for us to make this right? Amelia. The Regent's voice softens. You don't have to say anything further. You were a prisoner. What happened? This is no time for a story, she glares. Now while we have our blades pointed at each other. If any of us survives this, which I suspect isn't likely, I'll tell you everything. But right now you need to stand down and back away from the Regent. Why are you fighting for Stalwart? Because Stalwart has a fighting chance at winning back their independence. Because we invaded this realm on the mad whims of a tyrant. Because of many reasons. Yeah, fighting for the Regent is treason. By whose definition of the word? Not yours, I'm sure. No, you and the rest of the Fatebinders are nothing but mouthpieces for Kyros' law. A system you barely understand, my father kills to defend. My father. Her voice catches. It takes a moment for her to find her words. I love my father, but it's nothing compared to the love I felt for the father of... Amelia, please be silent. Stratus looks to her with desperation. It's over. You understand? I'm dying. Save your strength for more important things. He turns to you with a resolved expression. You know he's almost lost too much blood to maintain it. I'm the last of the Regents. If you mean to end the Edict of Storms, then I accept my fate. One last chance, Regent. Will you end the Edict yourself? And myself to end the Edict. No, Fatebinder. That is not our way. You may call it uncompromising of me, but my station and my dignity demand nothing less. If you desire to end the Edict so badly, you have to shoulder this burden. For Ash and the Disfavored. See, it's more for Kyros. Yeah, I'm sorry, Regent. This has to happen. For Ash in the North, it's time to strike back at these southern ingrates. Demetrius balls his fists and nods for you to make your move. Before you can take action, you catch Amelia begin to raise her weapon from the corner of your eye. Amelia, stop. Stratus winces, hardly possessing the energy to argue. You have to keep your promise. Remember? The focused, determined air about Amelia falls to resignation. She delivers a curt nod and leaves the room, darting you a killing look on her way out. Amelia disappears into another room. I'm willing to watch what you're about to unfold. Kill the Regent Fatebinder. Let's put this shameful chapter of the conquest behind us, along with the Edict of Storms. He spares a final look at Stratus Harridan. You should be proud, Regent. In death, you accomplished more than you ever did in life. You excuse me if I disagree, you northern pig. Stratus looks up at you with hope and pain in his eyes. And so the last enemy of Stalwart. And so falls the last enemy of Stalwart. Goodbye, Regent. You take up a fallen sword from the floor and drive it through Stratus Harridan's heart, killing him instantly. Stratus' body falls to the ground, and you watch the blood pool onto the floor in silence. There's a feeling of anticipation in the air, but as the seconds pass, it never materializes into anything. The surge of arcane energy and sense of relief you experience in Ascension Hall is missing. You hear the howl of the storm outside. You realize that the edict endures. Demetrius furrows his brow in confusion. The last of the regents is dead, and yet Kyros' storm continues. What could we have possibly missed? From across the hall, you hear a faint cry. A baby's cry. And realization dawns on you. Yep, I called that earlier on, I think, that Amelia was pregnant. Faithful Promise. The shield is carried across 3 generations of stalwart regents, and was primarily associated with their war finery. Faithful Promise commemorates the vow made by Regent Hardon, or Hardone? No, Hardrone, or Hardron, there's an R there, to never allow Stalwart to fall into enemy hands.
See that?
The regent has always ruled from this throne in Stalwart for the last 500 years, an unbroken bloodline that has survived through numerous generations. A drug recipe. This partial recipe describes the process for creating a powerful drug, but more research is needed to fill in the recipe's gaps. Okay. Staggering Force. The scroll contains a magical accent which adds an interrupt effect to a spell. And Sigil Volleys. The scroll contains a magical accent which increases the number of projectiles fired from a directed force spell. Let's go ahead and learn those then. Whoops. Go ahead and clear these out real fast. Directed force is which one? Alright, I'm going to do it once around this throne room real fast. I'm not going to go speak to Amelia yet. We'll do that in the next episode. So make sure there's nothing else hidden in here before we vacate the premises. Oh no! I was all the way over here. Why did it start the... Okay, well. Blocking the doorway, Amelia regards you with eyes that brim with tears, yet blaze with hints of her father's grim resolve. She has armored herself in disfavored raiment to face you down. Stay away from my daughter. You will not have her. Oh no. Oh, by the Archon's mercy, don't let this be so. Barrett covers his face and howls softly. Your daughter is the regent heir. Now that you've killed Stratus Harridan, she is. Amelia draws herself up and glares at you. She has nothing to do with Kyros or the edict. You have no right to judge her on the basis of blood. How is this possible? Do you need me to draw it out for you? Because there are a few ways it can happen, and people get confused about these things. First lifts her leg above her head, but you cut her off with a gesture. My union with Stratus the Younger. Even in remembrance, Amelia doesn't shed her warlike resolve. He showed me kindness behind these walls, and taught me about Stalwart and the Tears, the culture and heritage that made these people the pride of the realm. He died in the 3rd year of the conquest. His favorite spear pinned him to the ground he fought to defend, and he never rose again. Did you know this would prolong the edict? We suspected that the bloodline would implicate my baby in Kyros' eyes, but I knew nothing for certain until this moment. She shakes her head. Don't ask me to interpret the Overlord's heartless design. I have no love for this edict, if that's what you're asking. It's torn a noble realm to pieces, fractured the pillar of their culture, and ruined countless lives. She releases a heavy sigh and hardens her intense gaze. But I have a responsibility to the people of Stalwart, to preserve their heritage and leadership. My father and the other Archons destroyed this nation. She and I. Amelia glances back at the crib, then quickly focuses back on you. We can help put it together. What a naive notion. I had thought better of you, but this shows nothing but contempt for all that the disfavored accomplished and sacrificed in the conquest. Demetrius shakes his head with disapproval. The regent remained in Sentinel Stand for her protection. The edict was his responsibility to shoulder, not hers. She tips her head down in challenge. My daughter will not be another victim of Kyros' conquest. She has the blood of the North coursing through her veins, and no one has the right to take her life. You calm yourself, Amelia. There must be another way. Another way? Demetrius shakes his head in sadness. Amelia turned her back on the Legion. The general has no place for the disloyal, no matter whose blood flows in their veins. All the same, if you can guarantee my daughter's life, I'll return to Ash and submit to his judgment. She frowns. Harsh as it will be. That still leaves us with the matter of the edict. What could we possibly do about the Edict of Storms? Regent blood flows through my daughter's veins. Abdicate your line. As Regent Mother, you have the authority. You must merely say the words. Oh, quite right. Metro licks the tip of his quill as he flips his parchment. And since the Regent Mother isn't of Stalwart and can't actually sit as Regent, that should, I hope, terminate the line. Not to show preference for how this part of the chronicle unfolds, but I'd rather title this chapter Legal Remedy than Infant Regicide, if given the choice. Hope reflects in her expression for the first time. Is it truly as simple as that? A clerical formality to spare an innocent life? She huffs as much in surprise as derision. If this works, owe you more than I can possibly repay. Here, the edict damaged this trinket, but you might still find it useful. I, Amelia, formally abdicate my daughter's claim to the Regency of Stalwart, dissolving all ties, compacts, vassals, and holdings. We forfeit all protections and advantages given by the ancient bloodline. She pauses. Was that enough? I think we're about to find out. Be warned. If this doesn't help you, nothing can. You feel a familiar sensation, the air growing hot and electric, before suddenly erupting in overwhelming waves of energy. That should be all she wrote. At first you think the force of arcane power dissipating is enough to carve the skin from your bones, a sensation you attribute to the Edict of Storms, but it cools just as quickly. Went Super Saiyan there for a second. The winds buffeting the keep have abated. Outside, an eerie silence pervades the air, a stillness that hasn't visited Stalwart for a long time. You can hear the very symbols that brought the Edict of Storms into being, each syllable proclaiming itself from a newfound corner of your mind. It would seem the edict is now a part of you. Thank goodness it worked. You spared my daughter, and here I'd come to expect nothing but cruelty from the servants of Kyros. Amelia looks to the crib. Now we have a chance at what might be. Now we have a chance at what might never have been. A life outside of these walls. My father can be severe and uncompromising, but I return to Iron Hearth and his protection, at least while the conflict persists. Hopefully he isn't so consumed by war that I can't still appeal to him as a man and father. I always appreciated them more than the Archon. I regret none of the decisions I made to get here. We'll disagree on that much, but my daughter will be safe. The stalemate between the unbroken and the disfavored is at an end. A victory that can't be measured in rings. Thank you, Fatebinder. I remain at Sentinel Stand to secure this location, and send word to Ash of your excellent work. Sentinel Stand is ours, the disfavored won't forget this honor. She gave us the Rust Charm, so 1 armor penetrated by attacks when inflicting crits. This chunk of iron is once an impressive item, but prolonged exposure to the Edict of Storms has since worn it down to an unrecognizable nub. We're not going to use that, so...
Right.
I could bend that apart.
The crib has been meticulously cleaned, while other objects in the hall have traces of dust and metallic powder on them. None of it is found here. Well, that's good to hear. Alright, I'm going to call the episode here. The next one we will, I guess, return to Graven Ash and report what happened here. I also like how she doesn't have an infant with her. I like to imagine she just left it behind. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.